Alrighty, what's up, sons? It's Blind Run once again. There you go. Hope you got it this time. B-L-I-N-D-R-U-N. Blind Run. Like when you blind run a video game, except we're blind running crypto now. Regardless, yesterday I posted a video about how to get 50 plus mega hash a second on the GTX 1080 Ti. You can check it out up here. Now, of course, in the comments we got a plethora of details saying anything from this is what I'm getting currently on my GPUs with this overclock to this is a scam, it's reported as a Trojan, or so on and so forth. There's a few things that we need to really deep dive into before we can really say any of that's true. But the test that I've gone ahead and done for you guys is a 24-hour long average test on my pool, so I control that pool with my system here. So I'm going to show you guys what the results are, and we're going to talk a little bit about it right after this. Welcome back. So the first thing that we need to talk about is antiviruses flagging it as a Trojan. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Windows 10 and some of the miners you download, then I am actually a little confused. Pretty much every miner that you download now will be flagged by any antivirus. This is why in most of my disclaimers I've said that it's not a good idea to mine on your gaming PC or Windows PC in general, because no matter which application you download, at some point the antivirus is going to say that it's malware. So you have no way of distinguishing good from bad, and that's why I usually recommend using something like Simple Mining OS or Hive OS that already has all of those curated miners pre-installed into the operating system, and it relieves some headache. The other thing it does is it keeps, of course, all of your files and personal information separate from the rig you're mining on. That aside, let's get into a little bit of what's going on here and try to clear some things up as good as we possibly can. Okay, so as you guys can see here, we're still getting that reported 49.5 mega hash a second. As you can see, it's been reporting that pretty much non-stop, which is a little curious, and I will admit that we're not actually getting a report of anything failing or dropping in hash rate, and I'll show you why that's a little curious here as soon as we pop on over to our pool. So if we go to just open up a random browser, I believe I have Firefox on here. We're going to go to the pool that I'm mining on, which is pearl.sonofatech.com. And if we hop over here, we can hit the miners, and then we can go ahead and pop into our SOT test. Now, as you can see here, we have a hash rate, a roughly short average of about 45 mega hash a second. And then this is our long average, and it's about 42.72 mega hash a second. Now, this is over a long period of time. We've had 0 crashes, and everything's been functioning properly. Now, this isn't uncommon, actually. Even if you mine with the setting turned off or the Ethlargement Pill turned off, you'll see usually a discrepancy between what the pool states and what the miner states. This could be due to rejected shares. This could be due to the way the pool is interpreting your hash rate, and so on and so forth, how many it's actually accepting as opposed to the true rate. So you always want to check here. So as you can see, there are 2 windows, long and short. First equals about 30 minutes long, while the long window is usually about 3 hours. So this isn't quite a 24-hour. I did want to clarify that because of the way we have this pool set up. But as I've watched this, I've never seen the long average go below 40 mega hash a second, and it's been upwards of about 55. At one point, the long average was about 57 mega hash a second. So what does this tell me? This definitely tells me that the Ethlargement Pill is doing something. It's definitely not just reporting in the miner itself that this is the hash rate it's getting. However, of course, it's not quite performing like that in the real world like you would expect it to. But like I said, if we did this test without this enabled and we see the 35 mega hash a second on the other end. And if you guys want me to do that 24-hour, let me know in the comments. I'll run that 24-hour as well and give you the results there. It's probably going to report somewhere between 30 and 35 on the average, depending on, of course, everything going on. I have complete control of this pool. I know that it functions properly, and nobody else has touched this pool. I have not used this address for any other mining at all. So at this point, we're about 24 hours in. I will create a new address if we want to redo some more testing and you guys want to see it separate. As you can see here, we've earned in about 24 hours about 2 pearl. So because we have the pending balance here of 0.22 plus the 1.78, so that actually is exactly 2 pearl. If we go to pearl price right now, you're looking at 50 cents a piece. So we've earned about $1.12. Now this isn't ETH, of course. So if I had control of an ETH pool that I could monitor myself, I would do it, but I really don't. And we don't really have that many miners. We have like 4 miners on here right now. So, you know, if you guys want to come over, we're definitely paying out. It's kind of nice right now with lower hash rates like they are. But just keep in mind, it's not going to make as much as Ethereum, provided you get on the right Ethereum pool and so on and so forth. But it is working. There's no denying that this is a better hash rate, no matter how you cut the cards, than if you weren't using the Ethlargement Pill. Okay, so first things first, I have no reason to use this tool. I have no reason to promote it. I have nothing to do with anybody that's touched it at all. Are there some concerns I have? Yes, there's some instability. If you're attempting to use the same overclocks that you were using prior to utilizing this application, then you're probably going to crash because it's not going to work with the same overclocks. Hence why in the README it says reset your afterburner and then redo your overclocks. You're going to have to do that, period. No matter what, it will not run at 550 megahertz on the memory anymore at all with this enabled. So I had to bump down to 500 megahertz on the memory, which is a total of like 1,000, something like that. The next step here, of course, is going to be, is it a virus? Well, until we have the ability to get some developers to dig into it, then we won't know. Luckily, it is on GitHub and pretty much everybody has access to it. If in the case this ends up being a virus, I will notify you guys as soon as possible with a pinned comment underneath this video. I don't feel like they're trying to do anything malicious here. I think they did make a funny tool name at least, and they might have just some fun with that, but there's nothing being misreported in the miner as far as from what I can tell. There's definitely an improvement in both the amount of ETH or the amount of Pearl in my case that's mining over what it was previously. We can redo that test as well if you like, because I haven't really mined enough with the 1080 Ti recently on Pearl. I've been in the middle of testing some games with this particular 1080 Ti, and I do not have any running currently. Most of my setup are 1060s. And well, those 1030s, of course, for that build. You can see that up here. So this is the final conclusion, is regardless of how you cut this cookie, as far as I see it right now with the reports, no matter what, you are getting a hash rate increase. Are there some misconceptions about the tool? Yes, there are some misconceptions about the tool. Is this something that you should be throwing a whole bunch of FUD at? No. If you can go ahead and utilize it correctly and read the README, reset your overclocks, and tune that now, retune them all up and check and verify that they're going to be stable, then you are going to get an overall improvement. Is it going to be 55 megahash? No, that's the max that somebody's gotten, and I can almost guarantee that 55 megahash is not stable. Of course, in most cases, if you're running without this enabled, most of the time your 40 megahash a second reports that people are saying is also not realistic. Is it a 10 to 15 megahash improvement overall? No, I don't think it is. I think you're talking more between 5 and 10 mega hash a second improvement. And with some of the instabilities over a long 24 average, you're maybe only looking at 3 to 5 mega hash a second improvement. I hope this clears some of this up for you guys. I would like to see us discuss it, and if there's some people that can analyze the software for me and share their findings with me, of course, I'm totally down for that. Of course, you will have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt to me that something's going on there. I'm not going to just accept it. We'll have to go ahead and review that with some of the other contacts I have. I'm totally willing to do that, guys. I'm here to work with you guys, not against you. I hope you see that. That's all I've ever created this channel for. Love you all. See you next Tuesday.